No, but
Are they treating you unfairly?
Howdy folks, hopefully everything looks and sounds okay. I screwed up. I changed my streaming server over at home, so when I pressed to go live here, YouTube didn't start, so I apologize. This one is not in the usual 4K 60 frames per second. We are rocking Prism, the old software I used to use in 1080p. But at least I had this ready to go as a backup. And I see Susan's here, Linda, Den, Kevin Hawthorne, Daniel, Leander, Aiden Thompson McGuire, Jenny Kritzkamp. Welcome back to the A-Team, Jenny K. Just kidding, Jelly Bean is here. And everyone else, thank you so much. I gotta get used to using the software again, but this stream is not gonna look nearly as crisp as my normal streams. Lisa is here. I don't even turn all over my face. Anyways, there I am rocking the shades. I think I have some kind of stabilization mode on. There's a bit of a delay. Oh well, when life gives you lemons, make a slightly lower quality stream, I guess. Anyways, there I am. Chris G is here, Daniel. So I just finished up recording a video that had me kind of gravitating towards this place. It's a bit of a vibe on a day like this, Grange Park. Greetings, Chris Mills. Lisa says A+ starting point and finishing point. No worries, Stephanie. Have a good day at work. But yeah, I was playing around with my streaming setup at home. I have a new camera there to stream from, so you can see that tomorrow night, probably around 8 p.m. Actually, I don't know with the Leafs. I'll come up with a plan for tomorrow. But we'll see if I can do a Sunday Night Live Stumble stream. If not, I'll do one on like Monday or Tuesday or something. Or I'll do one not at the usual hours. Hey Google, what time is the Leafs game tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow is at 7:30, so maybe there'll be an earlier Sunday Night Stumbles. Jennifer Gallo watched my S-Log on your LG C1 and C3. I did a great job. Love this weather. Thank you, Jennifer. Jennifer is an expert when it comes to video stuff. She's a master of HDR, so I sent her a sample of some of my color grading work, my first time working with Sony S-Log. Thank you for the feedback as we look at OCAD University. Let me see something here. Camera Pro. Oh well, I think we're stuck with these video settings. You also noticed there was no intro to this stream. Greetings, our gang, the Little Rascals. Douglas asks what goes on in the Stumbles channel versus the main. This one's mostly Toronto and travel content, walking videos and live streams. The other channel is pretty much everything else. The other channel used to be kind of like B-sides and outtakes from this channel, but it kind of evolved into just a whatever I feel like it channel. But there'll definitely be a lot more content coming up on that channel. Marge is here, greetings. As we go south down or towards John Street from Grange Park, Vivian Johnson is here. Hope you're doing well, Vivian. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous day in the city. Blue skies. It's like 20 degrees, gentle breeze. Hello, JD. Wing Zero's here, David Ing. Rocky, how's it going, Rocky? My plan was to just come downtown and kind of do a longer stream, but the weather was so nice I decided to squeeze in a video before it. We're heading south. I don't know where we'll end up. Oh, hello.
I'm a friend.
Thank you. We could just keep going south down to the lake. Do you guys want to get a view of the waterfront? I don't have to be anywhere until 7 or so. There's a very bustling Queen Street West coming up. Greetings, Chris Sterling. Zach says no, Daniel says yes. Tang Chulu, Havana sandwich. Oh, there's one of those up at Yonge and Eglinton, I think. John Burke says lake, Lorraine says lake. I guess we have a target destination. We're not going to Nord Lyon. Man, I haven't seen it like this downtown since some nice days in last fall. We've had some glorious weather this year already, but this is like the full spring vibes. Naturaliza is here. And how nice is it that it's 5:41 and the sun is still way up there. Am I close to the Red Path Sugar Company? No, we probably won't make it over there. I will in a future stream for sure. Yes, we are very happy that winter is long over. Nathan Phillips Square was a very busy scene as well. Chris Sterling, holy cow, $20. Forgot what it's like to have super chats so easily. I can even see all the emojis. Thank you, Chris Sterling. Thank you so much. I think you just bought me dinner after this. Jenny K says, indeed to that notion. Jenny K is one of the OG viewers going back 4 or 5 years ago. There's an Asian festival at Mel Lassman Square. Flick Hunter's here. Good to see you, Flick Hunter. As we get to Richmond and John Street, there's going to be some pretty busy patios coming up. Again, in case you missed it, I explained I done goofed. This live stream is not being fed through my exclusive streaming server, so we don't have any 4K goodness. Hopefully the good weather makes up for it. There's the ballroom. That's a fun place. Love the sound of ball smashing some pins over. How cool is that? Throw a game of bowling, some sports on the big screen, have some drinks. There's a few different locations that have popped up. Runway 06. Lisa's doing that tomorrow. Thanks for confirming things at least look okay. Natural Lisa, $10, and Johnny, a bevy to go with that sweet treat, and another bevy if you get in a good sweat. You know, I am so hungry. I got myself on the wait list at Gyubi. I know I was just in Tokyo I think I went to barbecue 3 times there, but I'm kind of craving that tonight. So if all goes to plan, I might be having some sweet Gyubi later, and I will have a couple. Thank you very much. Douglas says, what do I think of the hoverboat between Toronto and Niagara? I think that's an awesome idea. Apparently their port downtown is near Billy Bishop. They're still a few years away from being able to launch, but if and when they do, I'll definitely do that. I've got family in that region. Also, I think that would make for a pretty neat video. There's going to be a ton of interest in it. I never got to try the Rochester ferry. The short-lived Rochester ferry, but a lot of people had good things to say about it. There's the Fox and Fiddle. And Hooters. Canadian Vasily is here. Greetings. There's a cocktail bar in Melrose. Carl says the boat launch will probably happen before the crosstown opens. It is looking awfully like they're about to open the crosstown. If you walk through Eglinton Station, you'll see what I mean. You can pretty much see right into the crosstown section, and a lot of the connections that have been closed off look like they're ready to open up. Level 6000 is here. Yeah, that fire truck had its lights on and sirens ringing to go into the fire station. Is that an emergency? Or is it coming back out? Does it have to go in and then maybe it has to leave right away again? Is that the equivalent of a cop putting their lights on to get through the intersection to grab a donut? Huh. Maybe it's just got to make a pit stop and there's another emergency to attend to. Have I ever had pad thai at the Rosencrown? I can't remember. Sorry guys, I'm just pulling something up. Mighty Bull has entered the room. Boom, boom, boom. Greetings to the room. Isn't it? I want you in my room. Da, 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 da. Greetings, Megan, and everyone else. BFF, burgers and fries forever. There's still a sweet Jesus over there. We go south down John Street. They claim it's the best pad thai in Toronto, and you can attest to it. At the Rosencrown. That's a bold claim for a place with pie literally on the floor above it, which has the best cow soy in Toronto. This is John and King. That is a big claim indeed. There's a look along King. Headed down towards the dome. It's with a wind. How does that happen? I just went from being the 40th in line to the 41st in line. Sheena Roberts, thank you for tuning in, Sheena. So if you're just tuning in, we started up at Grange Park. And we're heading south down to the lake, and I'm gonna head back north at some point. But we're gonna get a peek at the waterfront and what it's like down there. It's gonna start to cool off pretty soon. Scott Blue. Nick asking, how did my new laptop work out on the trip? The MacBook Air? Despite the fact that I absolutely hate working in Mac OS, and I don't think I'll ever like it or get used to it, the laptop itself worked out well. It did everything I needed to do, just in an exceedingly frustrating manner. But I'm gonna keep it. I only travel four or five times a year. But it's nice to have in my bed. I actually keep it under the pillow next to me. And then in the morning at 9 when I wake up, I pull it out and I watch my premiere and join in on the chat with everyone. It's nice having a laptop I only have to charge every week and a half or so. Is it feasible for a tourist to visit Ontario cheaply by camping in the national parks? Probably, but none of those places are near any urban centers. So we have a very, I think Algonquin Park is quite popular for that sort of thing, but you're going to be nowhere near Toronto. Enjoy, Jenny. Did I miss something? Oh, Jenny's having dinner? Chris Sterling says camping at Algonquin is awesome. I've heard good things. I've never done it. Greetings, Jasmine NYC. As we are gonna walk alongside the Skydome on our way down to Lake Ontario, eh?
On the side with
There's a Boston Pizza. Is that the Boston Pizza Alicia and Yahya were going to? David Ing asking how I like my S24 Ultra. I have no desire to replace it. It's probably going to be my long-term daily phone. I was thinking of getting the newest iPhone when it came out for streaming purposes, but I'm probably going to settle on just putting a new battery in the 15 Pro. Thank you, Bill Chow, for being the 87th like. As we get to Front Street, we're going to avoid that copyright music minefield. Neville says that Boston Pizza used to be a Movenpick. That is a brand that is no longer operating in these parts. Used to love going to the Movenpick Marché. It was like a pretty fancy-ass buffet where they would make stuff to order. Am I streaming on the S24 now? No, I'm streaming on the 15 Pro. I used the 15 Pro when I got it as my daily phone. From right when it was released until this came out, and I did not look back. Not a fan of iOS. Nick says good wings at the Pint. Yeah, the Pint is decent, and they have some pretty good deals on during the week. I remember going there and getting some deals.
Hi, Johnny.
Oh, hi, how's it going?
Nice to see you.
Oh.
Finally, I know you just walk around in the city. I watch a lot of YouTube.
Would I know you in the chat by anything?
No.
Oh, we're just live now, but nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
All right, enjoy.
Thanks.
Friendly viewer saying hi. Chris Mill says the Jays are in Seattle. I wonder if there's a big Canadian turnout there. As we watch a GO train race off towards suburbia. Train. This is obviously a speed restricted area, and they're just starting to move because the Via train would probably dust the GO train. Although maybe not. Those GO trains have, well, that one has an engine on the back pushing it. Sometimes you'll see one on either side. Lettuce says, what city is this? This is the great city of Gotham. As we look up at the tower, we are in Touristville Central. Chris Mill says it was a little muted, but still plenty of Jays fans there. What was the score of the Jays game tonight? Blue Jays score. Let me just ask Google. Oh, they don't play till 9:40. There's a really nice view of the South Core just up ahead. Jack says Jay's not doing too well this year. No, they've blown some games really late, unfortunately. I don't think they'll be good until Shapiro and Atkins leave. Those guys have just been an utter disaster for this franchise. They inherited a team that was going into the playoffs every year like gangbusters, and they turned it into absolute horseshit. And their puppet of the manager is their scapegoat. We all know John Schneider doesn't actually call any of the shots, otherwise he would have lost his job. No bitterness here. But imagine going from Alex Anthopoulos to Ross Atkins. Yikes. Randy Ruck says Oilers tonight. There's what was a beautiful fountain of salmon swimming up ahead, but it's been dysfunctional for quite a while. And Rogers doesn't seem too keen on fixing it. I love this view. Al says perks of being physically disabled is you can stay put all day watching these with no guilt of not being out. Well, I'm glad you're here. Thank you so much for joining in. Yeah, at least I struggled for words on that one. Yeah, let's go down that way. Towards the fountain that is no longer working. Greetings, Mary W. There's the fountain, or what should be the fountain, but Rogers would rather spend money putting a guy who has nothing to do with baseball in front of our baseball stadium, which they named Center for some reason. Salmon Run. The revitalization of Salmon Run. The City of Toronto's Economic Development and Culture Division is working with Parks, Forestry and Rec and Toronto Downtown West BIA and other stakeholders to revitalize the artwork Salmon Run. Don't you love government red tape? Oh, I'm glad it's coming back. Maybe I was mistaken in blaming Rogers for it. Safe X, what's going on here? Some serious cameras. Show your talent for a chance to win 5,000.
Another galaxy from Chloe, guys. I'm gonna say thank you, Chloe.
What time do you work here, Phil?
Got the roundhouse across the street. Steam Whistle Brewery just over there. Sometimes you'll see a little train pulling little ones around here on these tiny little tracks. One sec. It's a beautiful day just to be moseying around. Lisa says, was I snapping a selfie? No, I was checking out where I was on the Yelp wait list. I may have joined it for multiple locations. There's the crumbling Gardner Expressway. Douglas says, is Trump trying to kill the Toronto film industry? I think he just had, you know, one of his classic dumb thoughts in the middle of the night and tweeted it. The backlash was quite severe. I don't think the Toronto and Vancouver film industries are in any grave danger. Lisa says Yelp has waitlists. Who knew? Yeah, it's how a lot of restaurants that are busy operate these days. Rather than give you a reservation, they put you on a wait list, and then it tells you roughly what time it'll be. And it's way better for the restaurant, because if a couple goes there and eats quickly and then they have another reservation in like 40 minutes, sometimes they have to hold the table, so they just have an empty table at the restaurant sitting there, even though they're packed and they want people to eat. So by doing the wait list thing, the restaurants can ensure all their tables are full at all the time. It's very smart on their part. You have to be flexible as a diner, of course. Also, if they have a no-show, they just go to the next one in line. It's no big deal when they wait list. Yeah, Gayubi being an all-you-can-eat buffet, I think most people stay there for an hour and a half. A straight shot from the Harborfront Center. Carl Roth says Arnold will come often to Toronto to admire the tower. Arian G. I don't know. Is it stuttering when I pan? I normally use different software, but I didn't configure it properly, unfortunately, so I couldn't live stream on my streaming server in 4K. So we're doing 1080p 60 off the Prism. I apologize if it doesn't look as good, but we'll be back to full quality soon. Hey, they finally got rid of this parking garage. Good old Gardner, you don't miss it. What's funny is there's a video on the Urbanity. I think there were plans for like 4 towers or something on this site, and all the NIMBYs complained, so they reduced it. And there's hundreds of less housing units there would have been, but who the hell is complaining about having too much housing in this area? In a city with a chronic housing shortage. Like, go F yourself, NIMBYs. Jennifer Gallus says there's no stutter. Well, that kind of defeats the purpose of using 60 frames per second. Maybe it's just your codec and browser that's struggling. Wait for the light here. Oh, there's something going on. Let's go this way. Something going on at the Harborfront Center over here. YH is back from his time outing. Are there any good patio bars? We just walked by a whole bunch of good ones on John Street. Another really good area for patios is the Esplanade, just east of Yonge Street. There's 4 or 5 good ones there, including Say What, if they've reopened their patio for this year. Can you tell a joke? Yes, as long as it's not blatantly racist. Or even mildly so, like your last one. James says, I feel like everything is closed on the Esplanade. would be surprised if that were the case. There's someone on a recumbent style bike. Oh, I think I knew who that was. 404 not found says 444 people watching. You certainly like the number 4. Yeah, huge thanks to everyone who has tuned in. I go live like 3-4 times a week on this channel, once over on the other channel. Hey, this guy's skitching. Copyrighted if I walk too close. I don't know what festival they're setting up for. But we're about to get a look at the glorious waterfront. Yeah, just a friendly reminder, if there's anyone you don't like see their chats, you could always just block them. That's the best way to handle it. Seems like I didn't read the chat, but probably for the better. Hey, there's a chopper. Jenny K. What did Jenny K miss? She missed me fighting crime, solving world hunger, and spreading peace, ending all the wars. It was a very eventful 30 minutes, Jenny K. You missed quite a bit. Snow is all about the freedom. Good to see you, Johnny. Thank you so much. Good to see you here as well. Thank you for the $4.99. It is definitely appreciated. Thank you very much. How sweet would it be if there were a reflection of the tower? Jenny K says, do it again, you had to eat dinner. Oh, Jenny K. Don't you know how the pokeroo works whenever you leave? You miss it? Hey, Mojo. There's bound to be a popular place, the Amsterdam Brew House. Mojo says, disappointing Leafs game, but it was an exciting one. I was recording a video when I heard a loud cheer, and the Leafs scored just seconds into the game. I'm trying to track this plane, but there's a little bit of a lag between my display and what the camera's doing, so I kind of have to pan out of sync with what I see in real time. There goes the safest form of transportation, safely landing. Jenny K says the Leafs are doing decently. Yes, I'm cautiously optimistic about them this year. Porter Airlines, one of the best airlines in North America. Although even they couldn't get you in and out of Newark Airport on time these days. That's the airport they fly to in New York, which has become an absolute dumpster fire. Wow, it's busy along here. Chris Mills says, not if you're flying anywhere near Newark. Yeah, that. As soon as I said that, that was my first thought. Hey, there goes a chopper taking off. You can see it off in the distance. Darren's truly curious how Toronto will react to a Stanley Cup win. Well, the Raptors blew the lid off the city when they won. And heck, the Jays, their playoff runs under Alex Anthopoulos were nuts. Every time they won a series, you just go to like Yonge-Dundas and there's people climbing all over the poles. Street parties would break out every light cycle. This is a city that collectively blows its load when there's a major championship in sight. Of course, the Argos win, and there's a mild golf clap. The Toronto FC win, and you might hear the odd person cheer for 2 seconds, but Leafs, Raptors, Jays, one of those teams win. And this city is in full-on party mode. So I imagine it would be a similar scene, just different color of jersey and clothing if they won, to what we saw when the Raptors won a few years ago. Mojo was on Bay Street in '92 when the Jays won. I remember watching Joe Carter make the final out, or final play, I guess, in both World Series in real time.
Do you know that guy?
Colorado says we want to see the Maple Leafs win this year. That'll be awesome for the city. It would be kind of like when the Red Sox overcame their curse. Aaron says I'm right, same riots, different jerseys. Well, I'd love to say it would be completely civil, but it might not be. All right, we'll do one more plane landing. These are hard for me to do, because again, I've got a lag between what I see and what's on the screen. That flight possibly coming in from Ottawa or Montreal. Focus. You can take Porter from Pearson as well on the new Embraer jets. It's kind of a shame they can't fly smaller jets out of Billy Bishop. Hopefully one day. It's not quite the same Porter experience flying out of Pearson. think Stolars will be back. I don't think it really matters, him or Wall. Another successful landing. Maybe I should get a new selfie for this stream. I'm just gonna put the camera down for 1 sec. Don't mind me. Not a good What did I miss? Salads are $5. That's one thing I miss about Toronto is the waterfront. Thank you, salads. I was gonna pan and catch that chopper, but we missed it. Sorry about that. Janky camera work. I'm glad we checked out the waterfront. Oh, hello. People on a ship ready to go partay. Oh, I gotta, how do I mute it on this app? I'm just gonna mute it for a minute. Alright, I don't think it's that bad. Yay, I am 20th in line. was pumped to hang out with the fam tomorrow, but annoyed to leave the city. I wonder what the weather is going to be like tomorrow. I haven't even checked. Take one of these things to the islands. It's a little late to be heading up to the islands. One-way fare, $13 plus a $1 fee. Taking the ferry is kind of a cool experience. But if it came down between waiting to take the ferry and not really waiting to pay $13 for one of those, I know what I would rather do. So we gotta make our way north. What I'll do is I'll pick a nice day next week and we'll do a long waterfront stream. So we get a view of the tower. This is York Street. How am I from the Philippines? I am well. I was just in that part of the world. Although I have no plans to travel yet. Next time in Southeast Asia, perhaps the Philippines will be on the radar. As we enter Love Park. Hey, there's a Canada Goose. During my High Park stream, someone made a pretty witty comment. There's literally 2 ducks and a goose. Duck, duck, goose. Good. Oh, awesome. Yeah, we're live. Do you want to be on the stream? All right, friendly viewer.
Hey, how are you? Hey,
Right.
Josh. Johnny's trying.
I'm being intercepted here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Johnny Strike.
that's me. Hello.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Nice to meet you. I watch you live
Nice to meet you too.
on YouTube.
Yeah, we're live right now.
I
You
love
can see
your
yourself.
show. I love what you're doing. Keep it up.
Awesome. Cheers.
Yeah,
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Have a good summer.
Friendly people. Something about the good weather that brings out a lot of friendly ass viewers. I say that in a positive way. There's a little off-leash zone. Beaver versus goose, who wins? I think a beaver would shred a goose. It's not a fair contest. Jennifer Gala says I'm famous. I think the craziest thing was I was standing for a picture in Patong underneath like a souvenir shop that kind of had a naughty name. A picture I haven't posted to Instagram. And a dude, I think from Bangladesh or Sri Lanka, came up to me and recognized me. That was pretty cool. Android says he sounded like he's had a few brewskis already. Alright, so it's 6:30. Let's see what Yelp is saying about my waitlist status. I am 15th in line. That's good. When I joined the waitlist, I was 40th. Your money's on the goose? No, I think a beaver would annihilate a goose. Unless the goose just kept its distance and like pecked it like death by 1,000 paper cuts sort of thing. I don't see it happening. Darren says, not that it matters, but how come I never engage with the public? I think to put a camera in someone's face and just start talking to them, some people might not appreciate that. It's very much an optional thing. Whenever someone says hi to me, I always ask them, do you want me to point the camera on you? It's one thing to just kind of be in the background of a video. You're in public, you have no real right to privacy. That's all fair game, but in terms of just sticking a camera in someone's face and talking to them, I don't really like the idea of doing that. I guess there's ways you could ask them first, but that would make a weird live stream. It's one of the reasons why I don't really like recording in smaller private establishments. Shopping mall, department store, sure, but smaller places, you'll notice I kind of keep the camera pointed away from people. As we go north at Bay Street, and on transit, I tend to point it out the window. That's true, Carl. I could say that. That is an interesting concept for video, so Darren. You could react to current events in like an interview format, interviewing people on the street. That's not really my thing or what I do, but perhaps that's something I could branch into. But that would be pre-recorded, where you ask ahead of time if someone minds being on camera. Certainly other people who do that. Dixon says, hey Johnny, man, 1 gorilla versus 100 men. Let's get Johnny's take. I think 100 men. You gotta think within 100 men, there's gonna be 4 or 5 of them who are absolutely jacked. And probably 10 or 20 of them who are as useless as a thimble. Just the way numbers work. Overall, I think 100 women could take a gorilla. I think 10 women could take a gorilla. You don't need 100 men. Or let's just say 10 people. I don't know. Maybe I'm underestimating the immense strength of a gorilla and its capacity. James says, do I avoid getting behind folks dressed a certain way to avoid seeming like a creeper? Well, if I sense that's happening, I'll often point the camera to the side. Or I'll stop and let them make some distance. You'll notice whenever I'm going up escalators or that sort of thing, I do that. Mojo says, do a walk through Mount Pleasant Cemetery at 3 a.m. That would require trespassing. Mount Pleasant is not open at that hour. They actually lock the gates, and they have a phone saying, if you're like locked in here, call us. Between a tortoise and a hare, who would win? I don't know. Those weird things. Usually in nature, when two things can properly do damage to one another, they tend to avoid each other. Like if a lion met a bear in the wild, I think they would both just shrug and walk the other way. It's only sick humans that would make them fight. That said, my money's on the lion. No, stop it. Maybe not a grizzly bear or a polar bear. What are we talking about? Oh, they've closed off the stairwell leading up to CIBC Square Park. They're power washing it. Or pressure washing it. And I forgot how good the battery is when I'm not streaming in 4K. We're an hour in and I have 65% battery left. Mandy Haynes, good to see you here. And all nearly 500 of you as we head north up Bay Street. Just got a message saying my table is almost ready. Please check in with the host. That's not possible. It says your table will be ready at 7:32. What's going on? Yelp waiting list? You lied to me. Am I doing doors open this year? Maybe. I might do one or two places. Those videos don't do really well. Kevin says data didn't go down under the underpass. Yeah, I'm only using one signal today too. I've got Bell, Rogers, and Freedom. But for this one, we're only on Rogers. Because I'm an idiot and configured the stream wrong. Yeah, those people are back. Oh, hi. Do you want to be on the stream? Oh, well, that's why I asked. No, no worries. From the UK, I can guess.
And my daughter has watched you from a little girl who said we're going to be moving to Canada one day. And I bet you we're going to walk into Johnny's Drive.
Have you moved here or you're visiting?
We're here now.
Oh wow, welcome.
Yeah, I was so this just feels unreal.
Well, I'm always walking around the same few blocks, so.
You have done us so proud. Where to go, what to do, and keep doing what you're doing.
Well,
It's nice to meet you.
it's lovely to meet you. I love your accents.
Take a picture.
Of course.
Let me take a picture.
Of course.
Oh, this is a delete button. Yes, please. We're not keeping you, are we? Here.
I don't believe so.
You look much more handsome in the flash, by the way.
Thank you.
What's your name? Is this Lily on back? Yeah.
Oh, it's very nice to meet you. Sorry.
Yes, nice to meet you.
All right. Enjoy Toronto. Cheers. What lovely people, all the way from the UK.
I could do that. I have a black pair of ripped jeans and a black top jacket. I feel like with a pop, like a
Having someone compliment you with a distinguished British accent always feels wrong. It's like, I should be complimenting you. Greetings, Muhan. My half-assed dinner plans might be blowing up. I am 10th in line. See host now. Seating time 7:32. It's 6:43. What are you doing, Yelp? Jenny K says, what's this table business about? Oh, I reserved. Well, I got on the waiting list for a table at Gayubi. And I can't, there's two Gayubis. I can't access the one up on Bloor Street. And now it doesn't look like I'm gonna make it. It said I had till 7:32. Maybe if I like went straight there, I don't know. Thank you, Carl Roth. Super nice indeed. And it is 6:45 and we've still been just basking in this beautiful weather. Greetings, Crikey. As I power walk north up Bay Street. Greetings, JPS. Carl says, think about all the people who have decided to move to Toronto because of my videos. Counterpoint, maybe there's some people that didn't visit Toronto or didn't move here because of them as well. I'm a huge believer in the butterfly effect. Everything that happens affects everything else, for better or worse. But hopefully there's been some positivity coming out of these videos. It always drives me nuts when a player makes a mistake on a baseball team and the announcer says, well, if you didn't commit that error in the second inning, they would have won the game. It's like, shut up. You don't know what would have happened because everything after that is completely different. It's a really horrible, false logic to have, that things would just continue on as they would if it weren't for one thing happening. No, every little thing affects everything else pretty much. Claire, missing Toronto right now. Time for a visit. Please come. We're entering the absolute best time to be here. That guy, he signed the camera. Math Doctor says Johnny rants. Do I have a British accent? Not naturally. I can mimic one terribly. I don't think anyone wants to listen to that. Bear Queen says, thanks, Johnny. Okay, I'm looking forward to a proper Johnny rant. We'll save those for the other channel. I don't know when I'm going to live stream tomorrow with the Leafs. Might be doing an earlier than usual Sunday Night Live. Chris says it's all a simulation. This is Richmond Street coming up. There's the back of the bay in Saks Fifth Avenue. Soon to be closed for good. North America's oldest retailer. Cam says I can say water in British. To replace the ER with an A. We're at Queen Street. Well, we might as well get a quick peek up at Old City Hall. For those speaking of the UK, that is taller than Big Ben. I'll look at the crosstown construction. Hello?
Dr. Ken said that for my collapse.
I just got a message saying my table is ready. Dope. Guess I'm not going to Gayubi. Thank you for nothing, crappy Yelp waitlist. Oh well, welcome to Yonge Street. Hey, Toronto Brad.
Yo, man, what's going on? Are you live streaming?
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, wow.
How's it going?
I'm going down to get something to eat. I'm going to get some Thai food. I'm heading to Thailand. I know I saw you were in Thailand, but I missed because I'm working all the time.
Where? Which part are you going to?
I can only take 2 weeks of vacation, so I'm just going to go into Bangkok, and then I'm going to go to Pattaya because I have my friends there. Like, I don't know if you know.
You don't
them.
have to justify it. I know.
No, but you know my friends. Like, I think you met them. Those girls at the CX bar. So Arissa, Kwan, Boss E. I'm gonna go and meet up.
Do you know
with those.
the Zoom to Thailand guy?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Zoom to Thailand, yes, but I know Zoom to Thailand. I know all these guys. So yeah, I can't believe you just were there. I'm gonna be there. I was just dreaming right now about going out to Soy Pacao. That's my favorite street in Pattaya and Second Road.
Well, I hope you got a nice hotel booked.
I saw your thing at Delphi Suites. You were at a Delphi Suites,
In
right?
Bangkok.
Yeah, in Bangkok. So I was thinking night hotel. Soi 4, it's close enough to Soi 4. I was also going to look at Landmark. Landmark is close by.
They just renovated. It's all nice now.
It's nice. Yeah, Landmark or the Center Point Hotel, which is right by the Terminal 21.
Yeah.
So I was looking at that too. So we'll see.
Awesome. Well, enjoy it. I'm jealous of you now.
Yeah, man. Well, it's only 2 weeks, man. I'm a slave, man. We're slaves here. You're lucky you don't have a job
Still, 2 weeks is enough.
It's an actual job. So no affair.
Well, it's good to see you, man. Cheers.
Take care, Johnny Stride.
What is it?
Hi, Johnny.
Hey, it's Yahya.
Hello, everyone. How's it going?
Just out. What are you doing?
Well, Marshall, I came to meet something, actually. But I know that she's not here.
Just from Alicia.
She wanted me to give you this, but yeah.
A strawberry bubbly.
I have another one as well. So
You can have. One's good. I'll have this now. I'm thirsty. Well, thank you, Alicia, via Yahya, for the strawberry bubbly.
even though she's asleep right now in Thailand.
Oh yeah, she's in Thailand.
Mind if I walk for a little?
I'm just heading up to Yonge-Dundas and killing it. Math Doctor says Alicia on the flight. And Toronto Brad. Were you walking with Toronto Brad or was that a coincidence?
No, that was a coincidence.
I saw you both together. I'm like, oh, Yahya must know Toronto Brad. Sorry, I'm just reading the chat. I've met Toronto Brad a few times. He's a super friendly guy. I think Yahya might have been there one time with Toronto Brad at Mandarin.
I've never been, no.
Oh, no? Rain says Thailand is popular. Food, weather, lots of cheap but really good accommodations. Darren says, hi Johnny Strides, I can't super chat you. You don't know the best platform? Can I give you a shout out to myself as I review records and vinyl? Darren Crawford, sure you can. Shout out to Darren. I hope you got some people interested in your stuff. As for best way to donate, you really don't have to. But if super chats aren't working, there is a PayPal link, I think, in the description. There's also Patreon. Toronto Brad, $10. I didn't mean you don't have a job, just not a 9 to 5. Oh, I didn't take that the wrong way. Thank you for the 10. I did not take that the wrong way at all, but it's great to see you again. And yes, I am super envious of you. And Jenny Kritzkamp, $2. Thanks for the warm welcome back. Well, welcome back, Jenny K. I don't hold grudges. You can wander off all you want. The cat came back. Thank you, Jenny K. You are on thin ice, though. That's Yahya bringing some refreshment.
Don't ask me who made me to do this snipe. It's on this side.
Let's see, Eaton Center on the left.
Like in terms of values?
We're almost at Dundas Square.
There is something weird going on at the Inn Center.
Why?
Some people are like chanting something. I don't know what it was.
That's always happening. Greetings, Medano. FYI, we're going to be bringing the stream to an end in a minute or two. But Darren Crawford, if you pop into the Stumbles stream, we can pull your channel up or wherever you post your reviews and take a look and share it.
It's Kyle Walker's birthday tomorrow as well.
Who's Kyle Walker?
The guy who's like walking around Toronto.
The guy who's walking around Toronto.
Like he started his own like channel not too long ago. And he started doing his own streams. Talking into your chats a lot.
Oh, neat. All right, we've made it to the zoo. That is Yonge-Dundas. I'm gonna cross. We're gonna finish up here in the square. They've got the fountains running. Again, I apologize for not having a 4K stream today. I done goofed. We'll blame Jenny K. How's that? But we should be back to full quality next time. But I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Thank you, Alicia Lewis, who's on a flight to Thailand for the bubbly via Yahia. Huge thanks to our mods, everyone who sent support. It's definitely appreciated. There'll be a video tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. EST on the channel. Feel free to join into the premiere and say hi and chat. Also, there will be a possible live stream tomorrow night on the other channel. I'm just not sure when because the Leafs game is kind of conflicting with it. Just re-remembering how this software works, but thank you so much, guys. I hope you have an awesome of a vibrant and fun Toronto. Yoink. Sorry, there's no outro tonight.